Today we're going to walk through a session I did with a girl with her harp in a field. They wanted to do this in the winter outside, and I thought, no, I don't want to take a harp outside in the snow. It would have been photographically interesting, but I didn't want to risk that. So we started off with her there at a time of the day when the sunlight was out. And we kind of had to do that because they were going out to eat later on, and so they couldn't wait until the sun went down. So I had to deal with it as it was. So we started off with her facing away from the sunlight, which is generally a good thing to do, but I didn't like the contrast, and it just didn't seem to be working out. But this one definitely did not work out with her expression that way. So I had her tilt her head toward the harp and not smile, so she looks like she's more involved with what she's doing. And it's okay, but again, it just isn't reaching me with the feeling that it should have. The composition on the last two was just a little too tight, so I backed up a little bit, hoping to get more of a scenic feeling to it. And it's better, but I still think this isn't quite right. We really need to turn her around and face the sun. So that's what we did here. If she's not looking into the sun, she won't be squinting. And generally speaking, the lighting is better here because the front of her face is clearly lit. Because her back went totally dark in shade, I added a reflector just out of camera view on our left to create a highlight along her. I had her look at the camera, and that didn't work out because then we ended up with a strong contrast and split light on her face. So playing a harp and looking at the camera with split lighting, that's just not working. And something else that isn't working, having her smile. I had her turn her face more toward the sunlight to get more of a loop kind of lighting rather than the split lighting. But again, the pose, the composition is just not working. The smile does not work with that theme. Now this is much better. She looks more serious, but she's not playing the harp. But I do like the fact that she's less cheesy smiley. Now I think this tilt of the head is perfect. I really like that. It goes with the curves and the angle and everything on the harp. But we do need to have her play the harp. So on this one, I combined a lot of the previous elements. I added the highlight on the back from a different image, her hands from a different image, and the background. And now I don't change backgrounds a lot, but in this case, the field just wasn't making it for me as well. So I used a scene just a little bit out of the view from the other photographs, which included a river, and I really liked those trees in the background that kind of echoed the shape of her harp. So putting all that together, I think we've finally arrived at a successful image.